Welcome back to the Smelly Tele. Today we're going to be learning how to play Drive My Car by the Beatles, and we're going to dive into George Harrison's parts and Paul McCartney's parts on guitar. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me continue to make more guitar lesson videos for you. That's enough talking. Let's go play some guitar. Alright, the intro lick to Drive My Car sounds like this. Okay, and to play that, it's the 7th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the G, 7th fret G with a pre-bend, just a half step here, to the 5th fret of the G, 7th fret D again, 6th fret on the B string, 5th fret G, double stop G and B string on the 7th fret, play it again, go down to the 5th fret, double stop G and B string, 7th fret of the D, back to your 5th fret, double stop, G and B, 7th fret, double stop, B and G string. Okay, all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, George's part in the verses sounds like this. Okay, and to play that, let's just take the first line. You're going to play the 5th fret of your A string, slide from the 7th fret up to the 9th fret, then play the 7th fret of the D string, 9th fret of the A string, slide down to the 7th fret, 5th fret of the A, then you go down to the 3rd fret of your E string, slide the 5th fret up to the 7th fret, play the 5th fret on your A string, 7th fret, low E, slide down to the 5, then play the 3rd fret, and that line repeats, those two lines. So the 5th fret, that's your D chord, and the 3rd fret's your G chord, and they're just going between those two chords. Alright, so we're going to play it again, starting on the 5th fret. And then when you get to, but you can do something in between, he's going to play the 5th fret of the E string and the 7th fret of the A string, and he's just going to play 8th notes. So, it sounds like this. So that was 8, then we're going to play it 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to slide from the 7th fret of the E string up to the 9th fret. Then he's going to play the 7th fret of the A string. And then these next two notes are real quick. 9th fret of the A to the 7th fret. Then the 9th fret of the E string. So backing up to the beginning of the 8th note little chords there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And let's take that all from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're into the chorus. This sounds like this. Okay, and to play that, you're just going to start on the 7th fret of your low E string, and you're going to play it 4 times on the downbeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 8th note, you're going to play the 5th fret of the low E, and then you're going to play the 3rd fret of the low E, and you're going to count the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to play the 5th fret again on the E string. This is the 8th note. And then the 7th fret again on the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to hear them go down to the low E string open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, open E again, open A, 3rd fret E string, 2nd fret, open, and then you're back to the D that we learned in the verse. So you're going to start on the 5th fret, slide the 7th fret up to the 9th fret, 7th fret of the D string, back to the A string, 9th fret, down to the 7th fret, 5th fret D. Then we're going to go to the A chord. You're going to play the 5th fret on your E string, 7th fret up to the 9th fret, slide it, 7th fret of the A string, and then a quick 9th fret and 7th fret on that A string, 9th fret of the low E, and then you're back to the 2nd verse. So the top of the chorus, 2, 3, 4. Now we're into the 2nd verse. And the 2nd verse is exactly the same as the 1st verse. So let's just kind of walk our way through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're into the 2nd chorus, which is exactly the same as the 1st chorus. So we'll just take that again, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop there on the 5th fret of your low E string. Okay, then we got the guitar solo. It sounds like this. All right, to play that, it's the 7th fret of your D string. You're going to play it 3 times. Then the 5th fret of the G, 7th fret G. Then the 8th fret of the high E string, give it a full bend and a release. Then the 7th fret of the G string, 8th fret B string, pre-bend it, a full bend, and then release it. The 6th fret of the B string, you're going to play the 8th fret of the B 3 times. Go down to the 6th fret of the B, 8th fret of the B. Then we're coming to the 2nd time this lick comes around. It's a little bit different. You're going to play the 7th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the G with a little half bend, then the 7th fret G, back to the 8th fret of the high E with a full bend and release, 7th fret of the G string, 8th fret B, full bend, pre-bent, and release it, 6th fret of the B, 8th fret of the B 3 times, 6th fret of the B, 7th fret of the G string, then the 7th fret of the D, 5th fret of the G with a half bend, 7th fret G, 8th fret of the E string, full bend and release, 7th fret of the G, 8th fret of the B with a full bend, pre-bent, release it, 6th fret of the B, 3 times on the 8th fret, 6th fret of the B, 7th fret of the G. Then you got the slide lick up to the 5th fret, 5th fret of the high E, that is. Play it twice, and after the second one, you're going to slide up to the 8th fret, slide up to the 10th fret, up to the 13th fret, then the 13th fret of the B string up to the 15th fret. And on this slide lick, you're going to play these notes twice on each fret, but after the second one, you're going to start sliding to the next note. It's going to sound like this. 1, slide, 1, slide, 1, slide, 1. Okay, let's take this solo from the top. 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then during the guitar solo, the lick changes just a little bit on the 3rd fret of the E string. So I'll play it for you here, and then we'll learn that little trick, and then we'll play it together. So it sounds like this underneath the solo. Okay, and all that is it's the same pattern over your D chord with the 5th fret. Slide the 7th fret up to the 9th fret, 7th fret D string, 9th fret of the A, slide down to the 7th, E, and then this part changes just a little bit. So we still start on the 3rd fret of your G string, slide the 5th fret up to the 7th fret of the E string, 5th fret of the A, 7th fret down to the 5th fret, 7th fret of the low E, and then the 5th fret of your A string, same lick, back down to the 3rd fret of the low E, same lick we just learned, and then the 5th fret of the A string again, down to the 3rd fret of the E string, same lick, and then we have the same ending to the verses here at the end of the solo. So just the 5th fret of your low E, 7th fret of your A string on the 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the same lick to get out of the solo as we do to get out of the verses. And that's just the 7th fret sliding up to the 9th fret of the low E string, 7th fret of the A, 9th fret A, 7th fret A, 9th fret low E, and then you're into the 3rd chorus here. So George's part, top of the solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just back to the chorus. All right, and the last verse and the last chorus are exactly the same as the other verses and choruses we've learned. The only thing that changes is at the end of the song, they will play this lick under the last beep beeps. Sounds like this. Very similar. We go to the 5th fret of the A here. And that just repeats until the fade out. So the D chord, or your 5th fret of the A string lick, is exactly the same as we've been playing it. Then you have the 5th fret of your low E. Slide the 7th fret up to the 9th fret. 7th fret of the A string. 9th fret to the 7th fret. And the 7th fret of the low E. Back to the top of the D chord. This is the 5th fret on your A string. And then it fades out, and that's all the parts for George Harrison. All right, and at the end of the song, between the beep, 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 yeahs, you're going to hear George play this same lick on the 13th fret to the 13th fret of the B string up to the 15th fret of that B string, and he just plays it 4 times. So you hear beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Okay, and to play that, it's just the 13th fret of the B string, slide up to the 15th fret, and then you repeat it 4 times. So back down to 13, up to 15. Back down to 13, up to 15. 4th time, back down to 13, up to 15. And let that 15th note kind of ring out. So all together, 2, 3, 4. And that's all of Paul McCartney's parts on the guitar for Drive My Car. Hey, thanks for watching the video today. I hope you learned something. If you did, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want the practice tracks and the guitar tabs, feel free to head over to patreon.com. I've got them there for you guys. We'll see you next time. Take care. 1, 2, 3, 4.